The NBA Nigeria, led by Gbemisola Abudu, has in recent time championed different initiatives for the betterment of basketball in the country. Initiatives like the Our Time to Play and the NBA Nigeria Elite Camp have been at the forefront of its agenda to ensure gender inclusion and equality, as well as the development of the game of basketball on the Nigerian terrain and Africa by extension. Joining us to share more light on the Our Time to Play initiative, as well as touch on the upcoming Basketball African League Season 5 and some other important discussion around basketball in Nigeria and beyond, is Vice President NBA Africa and Country Head NBA Nigeria, Gbemisola Abudu. Good morning, Gbemisola. It's nice to have you with us in the studio today.
Good morning, Fanta. Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be on with you.
Kicking off with the Our Time to Play initiative, can you share more about the initiative itself and its launch in Nigeria? How much of a significance it is in Nigeria?
So, as you know, International Women's Month just concluded, and for us at the NBA, it was very important for us to do something during that month. And what we decided to focus on was Her Time to Play, which is a global NBA initiative that empowers girls through basketball mentorship and leadership. But for Nigeria, we wanted to have a little spin on that. So what we did was, for one weekend, we had our elite camp. And the elite camp gives young boys and girls with great talent across Nigeria the opportunity to showcase their basketball skills, and they can be selected to participate in the Basketball Without Borders camp or the Junior NBA Championship. So the following week for Nigeria, we're very intentional to introduce what we called Her Time to Play Leadership Series. And the Leadership Series is basically designed to bridge that intergenerational gap. I always say it's very important that for every dream a young woman has, it's important for her to be able to see older women doing exactly that and creating that safe space where they can ask whatever questions they would like to have. And it was fantastic that for the first leadership series, we had Missy Ogunu, we had Tony Odulate, Titi Ogunfe, Mayowa, Kuyoro, Ibukwa Bidoye, and Shade Dada, who were incredible, young professional women who were change makers within their respective industries, and for them to make themselves available to speak to these young women. And it was like a two-way conversation where they shared their experiences and were able to take questions from the young women and talk to them about the different things and the challenges that we're going through. So it's a fantastic initiative, and we look forward to doing it next year as well.
We also have Nigerian champions who are River Zoopers that will be playing in the 5th season of the Basketball African League that is happening in Morocco. What should the fans expect from this season of the BAL coming up later this year?
You know, it's quite exciting, honestly. This is the first time the NBA, the Basketball Africa League, were going to Morocco. Historically, we've been in South Africa, Rwanda, and Senegal, and we added Morocco this year. And it's fantastic that the Rivers Hoopers, the first game being played on Saturday, this Saturday, is between the Rivers Hoopers Nigeria and the Stade Malians from Mali. So it's quite exciting. The Rivers Hoopers ended last season in 3rd place. They represented Nigeria very well, and we're really looking forward to seeing. I know they've been playing really well. They've been practicing. Over the weekend, over the holiday, they were at the National Stadium practicing. So we're looking forward to seeing how they perform at the Basketball Africa League Season 5. And I would highly recommend that everyone should make it a point to follow the Rivers Hoopers. This is the second team from Nigeria to participate in the BAL. We've had the Kwara Falcons perform in the past, and it's quite amazing to see how the Rivers Hoopers are performing. And everyone should make sure they tune in, follow us on our social media page, tune in on YouTube. We're going to be on Canal Plus. Make sure you tune in and you watch the Rivers Hoopers represent Nigeria well.
How exactly has the NBA Nigeria helped the sports teams, going forward in the tournament, the BAL tournaments going forward?
So with the way the NBA works, I mean, we have, to give you a little bit of context of how BAL, which is the Basketball Africa League, works, you have 12 teams from 12 different countries that are competing, right? And what we ensure is that we have different teams from different regions. Nigeria represents West Africa, which is, and I always say that this is quite exciting for us. And what we always ensure as the NBA local office here is whatever support we can provide to the team, we always ensure that we're able to provide that to the team. And the NBA does this generally for all the teams that participate within the BAL. I mean, we have a gender workshop that is going to be hosted very soon with the players and when they come back to Nigeria. So the goal is, and I'm on my way to Morocco as we speak, for me to be there to cheer on the River Super. So our goal is for every team that is being represented at the Basketball Africa League, they get the right support from the NBA.
I can't let you go without asking about Rena Wakama, who was appointed as assistant coach of the WNBA. How much of an impact does that appointment have on Nigeria basketball and, of course, the success of the development of women's basketball in Nigeria?
Oh, I think it's significant. I'm a huge fan of Rena, and I can't say this enough. I mean, she made history in a way that it's never been done before. I mean, she took the women's Nigerian team to the Olympics, and in the history of the Olympics, it was the first African team, men or women, to ever make it to the quarterfinals. And now she's officially part of the NBA family, where she's going to be an assistant coach for the Chicago Sky. It's truly exciting. It's truly remarkable. It lets everybody know the sky is the limit, and it's one thing the NBA, with the different programs we have in Nigeria, it's something that we're very passionate about, that it's whether you end up playing basketball or you end up being a coach or you end up being a referee or you end up in sports medicine or you end up in marketing or you end up in the management side of things, there's so much opportunity for our youth and just for Nigeria as a whole within the sports ecosystem. And what does this do for us? It really helps us with the development of our sports ecosystem, because it really shows that you have someone like her who's really giving her time. And I know that Rena comes to Nigeria, she spends time with the coaches as well in Nigeria. I mean, within a program that the NBA is introducing in a couple of months, where we have coaches programs we do already in Nigeria. However, we are introducing a train the trainers program to ensure that we reach more coaches across the country, to ensure that your average Nigerian kid is learning the fundamental skills of playing basketball. So all of this is very interconnected to the development of the ecosystem. So any win for any Nigerian within the basketball ecosystem, I always say it signals back to the ecosystem to let us know what is possible and let us understand what we're all striving and working towards.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gbemisola Abudu, for joining us this morning. That's the Vice President of NBA Africa and country head and NBA Nigeria. Thank you so much, Gbemisola, for joining us.
Thank you.